Hello, I'm Angeline Ong, and welcome to Beat the Street, the show that gives you all the tradable data you need ahead of the Wall Street Open. Jobs, jobs, jobs. Initial jobless claims data on deck ahead of that all-important NFP number on Friday. And chips and AI back in focus, AMD launching a new AI chip which competes head-on with NVIDIA's. And Alphabet, the Google parent, releases its most advanced AI model. Now, a very warm welcome to you. I'm Angeline Ong, and welcome to this new edition of Beat the Street. Not long now before Wall Street starts trading, we've just got some breaking news just crossing the screen as we speak. This is the initial jobless claims number that we are looking out for the week ending the 2nd of December. We were looking out for 222,000 and we got 220,000. So just slightly less than anticipated. In terms of the claims figure, this is 4 weeks average. It was 220.75K. Now, what's also key is that we're not seeing much of a movement. If you look at the volatility index here, which I did note was around 14.94 before that figure came out. So not much of a change there. To be fair, this is not the main event of the week. The main event is that Friday figure. Let's have a look at Wall Street as well. Not much of a change there to report either, but markets are continuing, even though there's been some profit taking there, they are continuing to sort of tick higher. What's also key is we have had other jobs data out earlier in the week. We had the ADP survey, which revealed that private businesses in the US hired 103,000 workers in November, below a downwardly revised 106,000 in October, and missing expectations. And for this Friday's non-farm payrolls, economists expect 180,000 jobs created. The unemployment rate is seen staying at 3.9%, and average hourly earnings forecast to rise by 0.3% month on month, 4% year on year. Now, to take a closer look at the Dow Industrials is IG's Axel Rudolph looking at the technical analysis for us.
Well, today, Angeline, I thought I'd have a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average because it has risen very strongly, as we can see here on this daily chart, since the end of October. But it is now getting into a stage where some investors are taking some money off the table. So we can see here we rallied to close to 36,300 yesterday, but are now coming off that high ahead of Friday's non-farm payrolls. And from a technical perspective, even if we were to see a retracement lower, we have really good support coming in at the July highs, just below 35,700. And that should really hold the index up going forward. And if we actually zoom out and look into the beginning of next year, we can see here that on a weekly chart basis, we've had 5 consecutive weeks of gains and made this week actually see the first week where we might see some smaller losses. But the trend's your friend, that's really pointing higher. It is very strong. We've had a surge higher, which was very fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something similar to what we saw at the beginning of, at the end actually, I should say in October of 2022, where we had 4 weeks of gains, then a consolidation phase, another 4 weeks of gains after that. And that could then take us back up to its all-time high here for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, just below 37,000. So from a technical perspective, that is definitely on the cards going forward for the first few weeks of next year.
Thanks very much, Axel. And let's take a look at some moving stocks right now. Just wanting to show you an all session stock first. Google parent Alphabet up around 2% there after the release of its most advanced AI model. I also want to look at Broadcom for you because Broadcom is reporting later on in the session. The chip and software maker is expected to show a 5.4% rise in quarterly revenue to $9.4 billion from $8.9 billion a year ago. This is according to analysts on the data from LSEG. The mean analyst estimate is for earnings of just under $11 per share. Chips and AI really in focus this session. AMD, I want to start with that first, has launched a new AI chip. The AI chip competes head-on with NVIDIA's flagship AI processor. AMD forecasting $45 billion in terms of how big this market will be for its data center AI processors in 2024. And this number is set to rise to around $400 billion by 2027. At the same time, we're keeping a close eye on developments in the EU for you, waiting on that AI bill or AI Act. Many have said that it's been really long drawn out talks that have been going on through the night. Even some sources saying that negotiators ran out of food and there was even a broken drinks machine. Now, the reason why everyone's watching for this rule or regulation or structure for AI out of the EU is because it could become the blueprint for other governments as countries try and create rules for this fast-growing industry and providing an alternative to the US's light touch approach and China's interim rules. EU countries and lawmakers are racing to get this final draft ready for a vote, but they need to do so before parliamentary elections in June, when the whole process will grind to a halt. Now, before we go, let's have a quick look at how the market is looking. Just showing you Wall Street here. If I can get that up for you, having some technical issues. Here we are. Wall Street looking as if it's going to potentially open on a cautious note, as you can see there, pretty much flat. That's it for this edition of Beat the Street, the show that follows the trading action, helping you position yourself ahead of the opening bell. For more trading insight, do follow me on @Angeline on Twitter. This is IGTV.